High heels are everywhere: red carpets, boardrooms, night out photos. We see them as the ultimate feminine accessory. But what if that association is completely backwards? High heels weren't always a woman's thing. They were invented by Persian men in the 10th century, and for a reason that has nothing to do with fashion or femininity. Those Persian warriors weren't just wearing heels for show. They helped soldiers grip their stirrups and prevented slipping in rugged terrain. A cavalry charge required stability. Heeled shoes gave arrow-shooting riders the grip they needed to stand upright on galloping horses and draw their bowstrings without falling. These weren't fashion accessories, they were military technology. When Persian emissaries visited Europe in the early 17th century, European aristocrats, fascinated by Persian culture and military power, quickly adopted heeled footwear as a symbol of status and modernity. High heels became associated with masculinity, military prowess, and the upper class. European men weren't copying a feminine trend, they were claiming the ultimate symbol of warrior power. Then came King Louis XIV of France, who turned high heels into the ultimate power move. At 5'4", Louis XIV wore red-heeled shoes as part of his royal attire in the late 17th century, heels measuring 2 to 5 inches tall, to make himself appear taller and therefore more powerful. But Louis XIV didn't just wear heels, he weaponized them. He issued a decree that only nobles within his court were allowed to wear red heels, making them a literal marker of elite status. Your heel height wasn't just fashion, it was your political standing made visible with every step. Red heels became the way to show where you stood with the king. So after hearing that King Louis XIV literally banned commoners from wearing red heels, would you rock heels if they were still seen as a masculine power symbol today? Drop your answer in the comments below, but here's where the story gets even wilder. By the end of the 17th century, women began adopting high heels into their own fashion, seeking a way to enhance their stature and presence. They weren't just copying men's fashion, they were claiming the same power symbols that had made European aristocrats feel invincible. But the reasons men abandoned heels reveal the real shift. By the 18th century, heels fell out of favor among men who adopted simpler, more practical footwear, reflective of Enlightenment ideals, a cultural moment that valued reason and utility over ornament. Meanwhile, high heels became increasingly associated with femininity, reinforcing gender roles and expectations of beauty. The very shoes that had once declared masculine military dominance were now being transformed into symbols of feminine elegance and status. What's remarkable is that the shoes themselves didn't change, the meaning did. Women's high heels became marvels of craftsmanship, typically made from silk, brocade, or embroidered leather, adorned with intricate patterns, bows, and even jewels. Yet these weren't practical innovations, they were ornamental. High heels transitioned into a symbol of femininity for the very reasons they once appealed to wealthy men. They were painful, impractical, and indulgent, markers of status because only someone who didn't need to work could afford to wear them. By the 18th century, high-heeled shoes had split along gender lines. Men abandoned the very power symbol they had once fought over, while women embraced it as their own. The Persian warriors who invented heels to grip stirrups while shooting arrows probably never imagined their military innovation would become the ultimate feminine accessory, proving that even the most obvious gender associations are really just historical accidents waiting to flip again. Subscribe for more surprising origins of everyday objects and check out this next video.